Here I am again. I have our nature book from the classroom with me at home. And remember this book that we like so well? Oh, look, there's some ducklings hatching on the cover. That's the page that I want to show you. Ducks. Some ducks are wild and stay away from people. Other ducks are raised by people. These photographs show how a barnyard duck grows. A mother duck lays her eggs in a nest. She sits on them to keep them warm. That's this picture here. After 28 days, a duckling peeks through the eggshell with its egg tooth. Pecks through the eggshell with its egg tooth. As the eggshell cracks open, a baby wet duckling pushes its way out. A few hours later, the duckling's feathers are fluffy and dry. Young ducklings are good swimmers. They use their webbed feet to paddle through the water. They like to stay together. These ducklings are just 17 days old. They have grown quickly. White feathers are beginning to appear. So here they are clinging together. And here they are a little bit older. Not even 3 weeks old, and look at, they're starting to get little feathers. The yellow ducklings grow into beautiful white adult ducks. This is such a nice book, isn't it? Well, when Emily was little, you remember who Emily is, when she was a little girl at Easter time, one Easter time, she would go on a treasure hunt. She would have to open eggs and find little clues that I wrote. And she would run all over the yard and try to find another egg and open it up and find another clue and have to go find that spot and find another egg, a little plastic egg, and then she would read the clue and think about it and go to the next spot trying to find another plastic egg. And the very last egg that she found was in the house. And it said, "Follow the string." And there was a string beside the egg. And she had to follow the string, and the string went down the stairs and around the car and around a tree and back up into the forest behind the house. And then at the end of the string, there was a box, and she opened up the box, and there were 3 baby ducks in there. She loved those baby ducks. I think she called them Quack, Mac, and Jack, probably from this story. We used to sit with the ducks in our lap as they were growing up in a box in the house and talk to the ducks. So I don't eat ducks, I hug ducks. We love ducks a lot. And those ducks grew up, and they lived in the backyard. And we had a big, big metal movable fence that was a big circle, and we would lift it up and move it to different spots. And those ducks liked to eat slugs. And we were so happy that they would like to eat slugs, because there were too many slugs in our yard eating our flowers. So we would find slugs and then go bring them up the hill and put them inside the fence for the ducks, and they would quack and be very, very happy. Well, you know that Emily grew up, and now Emily has 2 children of her own, Otto and Minna. And last summer, when we were in Boston together, celebrating my mom's life, before we got on the airplane, we got on 2 different airplanes. She got on an airplane to fly back to Germany, and I got on an airplane to fly back to Oregon. But before we went on the airplane, we had decided that we should go to Boston Garden because she knew about the book Make Way for Ducklings, and I told her about the story about when I was a little girl and how I rode on a swan boat with my brother Tom and my big sister Judy and my mom and dad. So we parked the car in a big garage and we walked out to Boston Garden, and we just looked at each other and smiled and smiled and smiled because we were so happy to be there because we had talked about doing it all Emily's lifetime. And we walked around the park, and there were 8 little ducklings and a mama duck statue where you could see these little ducks that somebody made a statue of, the mama duck and all the little baby ducks. And so Minna and Otto climbed on the ducks and we took pictures and we kept smiling. And then we walked around and we found the pond and we found the place where you could buy a ticket to get on the swan boats. And we got on the swan boats, we sat there and they pushed it away from the dock. And the person sitting on the swan, the big wooden swan in the back of the boat pedaling, went all around the pond, and all of those places that we could see in the book are still there. The bridge is still there. The island, only the island has lots of things growing on it now, and ducks love to be there, and the ducks would follow the swan boats all around the pond. Here, I'll show you in one more picture here. There's the bridge. There's the island, only the island is now covered with trees. And we went under the bridge in the swan boat. Want to see a picture of the swan boat again? See if I can find it. This is such a sweet story. I love this story very, very much. I'm trying to find the swan boat. Here's a picture of the swan boat. That's what it still looks like. There was a person sitting in the middle of this wooden swan, pedaling, and that moved the water under the little boat. Even that little building is there now, too. I wondered what it was. Maybe it was a place for the ducks to live at night. We have a duck song that we know. Remember the duck song, 6 Little Ducks? 6 little ducks that I once knew, fat ones, skinny ones, fair ones too, but the one little duck with a feather on his back, he led the others with a quack, 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 quack. He led the others with a quack, quack, quack. Down to the river they would go, waddle, 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 waddle to and fro, but the one little duck with a feather on his back, he led the others with a quack, 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 quack. He led the others with a quack, quack, quack. Home from the river they would go, waddle, 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 waddle to and fro, but the one little duck with a feather on his back, he led the others with a quack, 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 quack. He led the others with a quack, quack, quack. You know, that story also mentioned turtles, and I thought maybe we would do the little turtle poem that we know. So do you remember how to make a turtle? Make a fist. Here's your fist. Put your thumb in between these two and these 2 fingers. And here's the turtle's shell, and here's the turtle's head. There was a little turtle. He lived in a box. He swam in the river, and he climbed on the rocks. He snapped at a mosquito. He snapped at a flea. He snapped at a minnow, and he snapped at me. Well, he caught the mosquito. He caught the flea. He caught the minnow, but he didn't catch me. I have another little thing that I would like to show you that I made for you, and thinking that maybe you would like to make one too. So I'm going to move the camera. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to have to shut it off, and I'll be right back.